Welcome to Amplify, a podcast series by the Association for Accounting Marketing. I'm Scott Dine, partner and technical director at Catalyst Group Marketing, and I'm your host for today's session. Joining me today is Nicole Stirling. Nicole is the Director of Marketing Communications for RSW Accounting and Consulting in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. As an international marketer, she has experience assisting companies and associations with marketing, communications, and business development activities for over 25 years. Nicole has been an active volunteer for the Association for Accounting Marketing for many years, and she has served as chair of the website committee from 2015 to 2018 and sits on AAM's Technology Task Force. Nicole was named AAM's 2017 Volunteer of the Year and is a current board member for the association. Welcome, Nicole.
Hi, Scott. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. So today we're going to be talking about when your role is marketing and business development. And so you definitely have some experience in this area. So can you tell us a little bit more about how your role as a marketer and business developer overlap?
Well, they overlap because you have two different roles that need to meet the same goal, if you will. So in business development, you're responsible to make strategic partnerships, alliances, and things of that nature in order to gain new potential clients. Whereas your role as a marketer, you look at target markets and try to figure out the best way to deliver your message for your company to those target markets. And the best way to be able to do that is to align both the business development side and the marketing message so that it works better for everyone in the end.
Okay, great. So can you tell us a little bit about some of the challenges you face being involved in both marketing and business development?
I would say one of the biggest challenges you have is determining the ROI on some of this stuff. Often the partners want to know what the numbers are. They're accountants, they love the numbers. And when you have things like digital marketing, sometimes there just isn't a specific number that you can add to that. Engagement and visible brand recognition is something that doesn't necessarily get numbers added to it. Yeah, it's definitely an intangible thing. So it's very hard for them to quite understand that certain functionalities in business development and marketing won't have an ROI attached to it in a tangible number that they can put onto their balance sheet, if you will. So sure. I also think MarTech is something that can be challenging for marketers and business developers. Just because everything is changing so quickly. And I remember not so long ago where in marketing, you didn't have to be as tech savvy as you do today.
Right.
And other challenges, I guess, would be just trying to secure enough budget to do some of the things, the marketing vehicles and collaterals that you want to put together, some of the campaigns and things of that nature. Just securing that marketing budget and the business development budget that's large enough to meet your goals.
Sure, absolutely. I think budget is always a concern, especially once you start introducing MarTech budgets are into that budget as well.
Exactly.
So what advice do you have for marketers that are possibly transitioning from a one or the other into kind of a dual role?
I would say build your relationships as soon as possible. I've been doing this for 17 years, and I would have liked to have built some of those relationships on earlier than I did. Just getting to know people and getting them to be very, almost as if you're a trusted advisor, they're very comfortable with you. That often will give you an information advantage. Which gives you a larger competitive advantage when you're going out to bid on certain things. The more information you have, obviously, it's easier to develop your proposals and answers to those proposals specifically to meet their needs. I would say getting to know the individuals within your market very well will help you a lot in changing from strictly marketing into both the BD and marketing role.
Okay, I think that's great advice. So I guess kind of along the same line with that advice and kind of building those relationships, Do you have any kind of a success story or something that you might be able to kind of share as an anecdotal?
I can. Something that our firm did is we went out and got what we call a family enterprise advisor designation within our firm. We were the first accounting firm in Quebec to get this designation with one of our partners. And that kind of gave us a unique selling position with over 1/3 of family businesses about to transition to the next generation. Most of those transition to 90%. 90% of them transition to the next generation within a business, and we saw that need in our market. So we went out and got that designation, and I think that made us a bit more it set our skills apart from the competition within the area, so that people knew that we understood exactly what these family enterprises were looking for and needed to do in order to make that transition successful.
Okay. Oh, that's great. That sounds like a kind of a good way to go about it, to kind of create or find something that can take and help differentiate your firm.
Definitely.
Yeah.
The more you can differentiate yourself from the competition, the more you'll stand out, right?
Exactly. So why should, kind of in your words, why should more marketers be involved in business development?
Marketers should be more involved with the business development because it gives it a more cohesive strategy with both sides working together, targeting and giving a specific message to that target. I think it just allows for the entire sales funnel to work properly. It allows for the pipeline to be filled with leads that business developers can actually turn into sales.
Okay, sure. No, that's a great point. So do you have anything else that you might like to add?
I just feel like as a business developer and a marketer, it takes a little time to switch from one role to the other. When I started here in our firm, I was strictly marketing, and then I slowly evolved into a marketer, a hybrid BD role. And it takes a little time. It's not always going to be successful, and you have to learn to be patient. It does take time to develop those relationships in order to be able to get some of that information from people in order to put the information advantage to your benefit when you're working in BD.
Okay, excellent. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining us today, Nicole. You've shared a lot of great information about your role, as well as some great advice for some other people that might be either going into that transition or are in the middle of that transition to kind of a dual role.
Thank you, Scott. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So this wraps up another episode of Amplify. Please watch for another podcast by the Association for Accounting and Marketing next month, and feel free to like and or subscribe to the channel. So as always, remember to aim high. Power up, listen in.